Have you ever met someone for the very first time and felt an immediate sense of familiarity, as though you've known each other forever? Maybe it was a new colleague at work who instantly felt like an old friend. Or perhaps it was someone whose mere presence stirred something deeply within you, beyond rational explanation. This feeling isn't uncommon, yet it often leaves us wondering, is it fate, coincidence, or something deeper at play? Carl Jung, one of history's most influential psychologists, believed these instant bonds aren't mere accidents or mystical encounters. According to Jung, these profound, immediate connections reflect hidden aspects of ourselves, parts lying just beneath our conscious awareness. Jung once remarked, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." But what exactly did he mean by this? And how can it change your understanding of why certain people seem to captivate you instantly? In this video, we'll explore Jung's remarkable insights into why we're instantly drawn to certain people. We'll uncover the role of unconscious projections, archetypes, and even meaningful coincidences known as synchronicity. By understanding this hidden psychological mechanism, you'll gain powerful insights into your relationships and yourself. If you've ever wondered why some encounters feel so meaningful, stay with me. By the end, you'll have uncovered a psychological secret that profoundly explains your instant attractions and might just change how you see yourself forever. To truly grasp why certain people spark immediate attraction or affinity, we need to explore Jung's fascinating concept of archetypes. Archetypes, Jung explained, are universally understood symbols, patterns, and images deeply embedded within our unconscious mind. They are the invisible blueprints shaping not just our dreams, but our deepest desires, fears, and even our attractions. When you experience an immediate connection with someone, you're likely encountering one of these powerful archetypes reflected back at you, mirroring parts of yourself you've unknowingly suppressed or forgotten. Jung described the most significant archetypes as the shadow, the anima, and the animus. The shadow represents hidden aspects of our personality we reject or hide, often our darker impulses or our suppressed strengths. The anima and animus are the unconscious images of the feminine and masculine within each of us, respectively. This explains why sometimes a person of the opposite sex feels remarkably familiar, as if they hold something you've always been missing. Consider a man named Mark, a reserved, rational professional who suddenly feels magnetically drawn to a creative, expressive woman named Emma. Jung would say that Emma symbolizes Mark's hidden anima, a part of his psyche craving freedom, creativity, and emotional expression. Without knowing it consciously, Mark sees in Emma the qualities his unconscious craves, triggering immediate chemistry. Similarly, Emma sees in Mark the stability and groundedness she secretly desires. They each project these unconscious desires onto one another, igniting instant attraction. This is not mere romantic idealization, it's a profound psychological phenomenon that Jung calls projection, which we'll explore in more depth shortly. Understanding projection can completely change how you see these moments of instant connection, making them opportunities for profound personal growth, self-awareness, and authentic intimacy. Imagine walking into your office and meeting a new colleague. Within seconds, something feels strangely familiar. You instantly like this person, yet you can't quite explain why. According to Carl Jung, what's happening in that moment is far deeper than mere friendliness or common interests. Jung called this phenomenon projection, a powerful psychological process where we unconsciously transfer parts of ourselves, our hidden traits, suppressed emotions, or unexpressed desires, onto others. It's like looking into an emotional mirror, one we rarely recognize consciously. Imagine, for example, Jonathan, a hard-working manager who deeply admires bold, assertive leaders, but suppresses these traits within himself, viewing them as inappropriate or threatening. When he meets Sarah, an assertive and confident executive, Jonathan feels instantly drawn to her energy and boldness. He sees in Sarah what he's unconsciously yearning to become. Without realizing it, Jonathan is attracted not simply to Sarah herself, but to his own hidden potential. Jung would say Sarah has become a screen onto which Jonathan projects his own dormant qualities. Yet this mechanism also works in reverse, explaining why certain people provoke instant dislike. Have you ever encountered someone who immediately irritated you even though they've done nothing wrong? Perhaps their very confidence or mannerisms grate on you. Again, Jung explains this reaction through projection. What irritates us most in others often reflects our own repressed traits, what Jung famously called our shadow. The shadow contains everything we've hidden, rejected, or denied about ourselves, often since childhood. Meeting someone who openly expresses what we've suppressed can trigger immediate discomfort or intense attraction. Understanding this can radically shift your perspective on relationships. Every instant connection or conflict becomes a mirror, reflecting parts of yourself you've long overlooked. Jung summed this beautifully. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. When you recognize projection at play, instant connections become opportunities, not just fleeting moments of chemistry or discomfort, but valuable clues to your unconscious. They reveal hidden paths toward personal growth and deeper self-understanding, something Jung believed was critical for emotional maturity and fulfillment. With this powerful insight, let's now explore how synchronicity, the fascinating phenomenon of meaningful coincidences, further explains why certain people come into your life precisely when they do, as if guided by an invisible hand. We've all experienced moments when meeting someone feels impossibly fated. Perhaps you've randomly thought of an old friend, only for them to call moments later. Or maybe you've run into a stranger who said exactly what you needed to hear at exactly the right time. Jung called these uncanny experiences synchronicity, describing them as meaningful coincidences without any obvious causal relationship, yet profoundly connected through meaning. Imagine you're having a particularly difficult day, perhaps questioning your career or life direction. You sit down next to a stranger at a cafe, strike up a conversation, and discover they're facing similar struggles. The conversation ignites insights and clarity you desperately needed, guiding you towards new possibilities. Jung would argue this is not merely luck, it's synchronicity in action, revealing deeper patterns in your life and psyche. He famously said, "Synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see." For Jung, synchronicity suggests the existence of deeper layers of reality beyond the rational mind, connecting our internal psychological state with external events. These synchronicities often emerge strongly when we're facing significant crossroads or emotional tension, moments when our unconscious mind is desperately searching for meaning. Synchronicity acts like a subtle nudge from our unconscious, guiding us towards greater self-awareness, growth, and alignment with our authentic selves. In the context of instant connections, synchronicity often manifests in relationships that feel destined or fated. Perhaps you encountered someone at a time when you needed support, wisdom, or inspiration. According to Jung, such encounters may represent your unconscious mind seeking external reflection, validation, or transformation. Your inner world seeks resonance outside, drawing your attention towards specific people who hold keys to your hidden potential, or who mirror your current emotional state. These synchronistic meetings challenge the idea that connections happen randomly. Instead, they suggest a deeper, hidden order in your life, shaped by unconscious archetypes and inner needs. Recognizing synchronicity helps you become aware of how your internal state shapes your external experiences. Each encounter then becomes not simply coincidence, but a meaningful signpost guiding you toward greater self-understanding. By embracing synchronicity, you open yourself to a profound dialogue with life itself, a dialogue where people and events become messengers from your unconscious, guiding you toward growth and clarity. Having explored these two powerful Jungian concepts, projection and synchronicity, we're now ready to see precisely how you can harness these instant connections practically, turning fleeting moments of attraction into profound, life-changing insights. But first, let's deepen our understanding of how Jung saw these connections through the concept of archetypes and why they're vital to uncovering who you really are. Whenever you've experienced an instant connection with someone, romantically, platonically, or even professionally, Carl Jung believed you're encountering a deeper force at play. He called these powerful forces archetypes, timeless images and patterns embedded in humanity's collective unconscious. These archetypes are like invisible blueprints passed down through generations, influencing our behavior, attractions, and the types of people we instinctively gravitate towards. One of Jung's most intriguing archetypes is the Anima and Animus, the inner feminine and masculine within each person. Jung wrote, "Each man carries within him the eternal image of woman, not the image of this or that particular woman, but a definitive feminine image." Similarly, a woman carries within her the image of man. When you meet someone who strongly aligns with this internal archetypal figure, you're not just attracted to that person, but profoundly drawn to something deeply hidden within yourself. It feels like a soulmate connection, but it's really your unconscious recognizing itself in another. Consider a man named Daniel. Rational, logical and stoic, he prides himself on emotional control and practicality. But when he meets Laura, an intuitive, emotionally expressive artist, he feels drawn to her in ways he can't rationally explain. Her openness, creativity and depth touch something deep inside him. A suppressed aspect of himself, longing to be free. Through her, he encounters his own anima, his inner feminine archetype, an unconscious blueprint that mirrors qualities he's missing or ignoring within himself. The stronger the archetypal match, the more intense the immediate connection becomes. These archetypal encounters are not limited to romantic attraction. Imagine a leader who instinctively feels drawn to a mentor figure, a wise older man who embodies strength, wisdom, and authority. According to Jung, he's likely encountering the archetype known as the wise old man. This archetype represents our unconscious search for guidance, wisdom, and clarity. Feeling inexplicably drawn toward a mentor or an authority figure might signal your psyche's readiness to learn and evolve. Jung said the archetype is like a hidden magnet. It attracts certain people, events, and experiences into our lives precisely when we're ready for inner transformation. Another powerful example is the hero archetype, often activated when we meet someone whose courage, resilience, or strength profoundly resonates. You may have noticed yourself instantly inspired by certain individuals, perhaps feeling energized or hopeful simply by being near them. Jung saw these connections not merely as coincidences, but as unconscious recognition of our potential for bravery, adventure, or change. By understanding archetypes, you can recognize these instant connections for what they truly are: unconscious invitations to expand your personal growth and self-awareness. So, next time you feel irresistibly drawn to someone, pause and ask yourself, what hidden archetype within me am I seeing in them? What does my unconscious want me to learn from this encounter? This realization can transform mere attractions into profound journeys of self-discovery. But there's even more beneath the surface. Beyond archetypes lies the fascinating Jungian concept of the shadow, the most hidden and transformative aspect of your unconscious, which we'll dive into next. Have you ever been instantly repelled or intrigued by someone, yet unable to explain why? Carl Jung taught that some of our strongest reactions to others, whether attraction, irritation, admiration, or even envy, are rooted in what he called the shadow, the hidden unconscious aspects of ourselves we refuse to acknowledge. According to Jung, everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it becomes. Your shadow contains everything you've repressed or hidden, the traits and desires you deny or fear expressing openly. It includes qualities society has conditioned us to hide, like anger, jealousy, or vulnerability, but also hidden strengths like assertiveness or creativity. When you meet someone who openly embodies your shadow qualities, you experience a powerful emotional charge, positive or negative. Jung explained this simply: everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Let's take the story of David, a polite, reserved man who prides himself on always maintaining calm composure. He meets Richard, a bold, outspoken new friend who freely voices his opinions and challenges authority. Initially, David feels uncomfortable and slightly irritated by Richard's brashness, yet he can't help feeling drawn to him. According to Jung, David's discomfort signals that Richard embodies the assertiveness David has repressed in himself. By projecting his shadow onto Richard, David unconsciously attempts to reconcile with this hidden part of his psyche, which creates that magnetic pull. Recognizing the shadow at work can be challenging because it often involves confronting uncomfortable truths about ourselves. However, Jung believed that encountering your shadow through others is vital for your personal growth and emotional maturity. He famously advised, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Instant connections or strong, inexplicable reactions become opportunities to see and integrate hidden parts of yourself, moving you toward wholeness. Rather than dismissing strong reactions as random or meaningless, Jung encouraged us to ask, what is this reaction showing me about myself? Here's a practical way to use this insight. Next time you experience instant attraction or intense irritation towards someone new, pause and ask yourself, what part of me am I seeing in this person? What hidden desire, fear, or trait are they revealing? Simply becoming aware of your projections and acknowledging your shadow diminishes its unconscious power. You stop seeing people through distorted lenses and begin genuinely connecting with others and yourself in a deeper, more authentic way. Remember, confronting your shadow isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming whole. The moment you see clearly into yourself through another, you gain an extraordinary power. Self-awareness. This awareness allows you to form deeper relationships, make wiser decisions, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling life. Now that we've uncovered how instant connections reveal hidden parts of ourselves, let's explore how you can practically harness these powerful Jungian insights to transform your personal relationships, enhance your self-awareness, and enrich your emotional intelligence. Carl Jung believed that understanding why we feel instant connections isn't simply a psychological curiosity, it's a powerful gateway to meaningful personal transformation. Rather than leaving these encounters to chance, Jung urged us to consciously explore them as opportunities for self-awareness, healing, and growth. He emphasized, knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. Think back to a moment when you felt an intense attraction to someone you barely knew. Perhaps it was a new friend whose adventurous spirit sparked your own hidden desire for change, or maybe it was a mentor figure whose confidence resonated deeply with your suppressed ambitions. In these connections, Jung believed, your unconscious is actively communicating with you, showing you parts of yourself you're ready to integrate or express. Each person you feel instinctively drawn toward serves as a reflection, an unconscious guide revealing your innermost needs, suppressed qualities, or unresolved emotional wounds. Consider the experience of James, who, at age 45, had reached a comfortable yet unfulfilling plateau in his career. Feeling directionless, he met Michael, a new acquaintance who had courageously left his corporate job to pursue his passion. James felt immediately captivated by Michael's courage and passion for life. Initially, he believed his attraction was simply admiration, but applying Jung's insight, James realized Michael was mirroring the inner hero archetype James had suppressed, the courageous adventurer he once aspired to be, but had buried beneath layers of comfort and security. With this understanding, James recognized the instant connection wasn't random. It was a profound psychological invitation to reclaim his own suppressed courage. Inspired by this reflection, he began to take small but meaningful risks in his career and personal life. Over time, James felt revitalized, as if awakened to his true potential. The instant attraction had become a transformative catalyst, revealing to James precisely what he needed to grow. Similarly, instant conflicts or irritations offer equally powerful insights. Perhaps you've experienced immediate friction with someone at work or socially without clear explanation. Jung explained these reactions as shadow projections, parts of your hidden self rising to the surface through interactions. By pausing and reflecting on these moments, asking yourself honestly, by what part of myself am I seeing in this person that I don't wish to acknowledge? You gain clarity. Rather than ignoring discomfort or frustration, you start using these emotional triggers to guide your inner work. You turn relationship friction into deeper self-understanding, creating space for emotional maturity and authenticity. The beauty of Jung's wisdom is in its practicality. Instant connections become your psychological mirrors, helping you understand your inner world. You begin consciously choosing to see each meaningful relationship as a lesson and each profound encounter as an invitation to growth. As Jung himself stated, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Now, equipped with Jung's transformative insights, you can start consciously engaging with your instant connections, turning fleeting moments into life-changing experiences. But how exactly do you take these powerful insights into your daily life? Let's bring all we've explored into a practical approach, one you can apply immediately to your own relationships. Understanding why you feel instantly drawn to someone is fascinating, but true transformation happens when you consciously apply Carl Jung's insights in everyday life. Rather than passively experiencing instant attractions or irritations, you can deliberately harness these interactions as powerful tools for self-awareness and personal growth. When you next experience an intense instant connection, whether attraction, admiration, or discomfort, begin by consciously pausing to reflect on the experience. Quietly ask yourself, what qualities in this person are resonating so strongly with me right now? Am I attracted to something I lack, something I've suppressed, or something I desire to express? Identifying the underlying archetype or shadow aspect reflected in the encounter immediately shifts your perception from passive reaction to active insight. Take a practical example. Suppose you're introduced to someone new at a networking event and you immediately feel inspired or slightly envious of their success. Instead of simply dismissing or suppressing that reaction, pause deliberately. Acknowledge your feelings honestly, your admiration, envy, curiosity, and then consciously explore deeper. Ask yourself, what does this person represent that my unconscious mind is asking me to pay attention to? Perhaps your reaction points towards suppressed ambitions, self-doubt, or a longing for greater achievement in your life. Simply by acknowledging this truth, you begin to reclaim your hidden potential. Next, actively engage with your insight. Set aside some time to journal, reflect, or discuss your thoughts with someone you trust. Write down exactly what qualities attracted or irritated you, and then explore why these particular traits hold emotional significance. Jung advised, "Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." By looking inward and acknowledging your feelings openly, you start waking up to your deeper truths. Then take small, actionable steps based on this reflection. If your attraction revealed suppressed creativity, try engaging in something artistic, even briefly. If irritation revealed hidden insecurities, consciously practice self-acceptance or take steps toward confronting those insecurities head-on. The goal isn't instant perfection, it's conscious awareness and gradual integration of your unconscious qualities. With consistent practice, each instant connection you experience will guide you toward greater emotional clarity, maturity, and self-awareness. Finally, embrace Jung's wisdom fully by making it part of your relationship approach. See each meaningful encounter as your psyche's attempt at wholeness, an invitation toward individuation, Jung's term for becoming your most authentic, integrated self. As Jung beautifully summarized, wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. Every instant connection, every meaningful relationship becomes an opportunity to integrate your hidden qualities, strengths, and vulnerabilities into a richer, deeper understanding of yourself and others. By consciously applying Jung's insights, you transform chance meetings into life-changing moments, unlocking profound personal growth and enriching your emotional intelligence. Every instant connection now becomes a doorway, inviting you toward the ultimate goal Jung envisioned, becoming truly whole, authentic, and fully yourself.